Hello, this is Katie again, and this is the Lawn Fawn card I've been wanting to do for the past couple days or so. Couple videos, couple days, a video a day. So there's a lot of pieces to this. I think I will just start with some coloring because I've laid out the markers and the people they go with. So the first one is our King Choco. I will zoom in for the coloring. That is not the end I want. The E47 and so E57 is lighter than E47. I guess I don't really understand Copic numbers. I think I did at one point and then I just forgot. So this is how the same combination I used, or how I colored my the King Chocos that were on the card in my last video. So my last video I made a heart-shaped kind of line that I eventually erased, but I filled it with Halloween stuff, and then I showed or put the colored version of it on my Instagram. I needed to upload the video before I left home to go babysit, and I ended up coloring it at babysitting, so I had to post it after the video went up. I'm just going to use one of my Artist's Loft neutral grays for the silvery packaging on the side. I might use a darker one because I can't see that very well, so we use the N5. The tips of these markers are not so precise, but I still like the way they blend. So we have King Choco, and then just to show you, I'm using the spooky scene from Hello Bluebird, and I cut out, I wanted to save some time on here. I'm going to be blending a background just right onto the card, and then I cut out pieces of the scene. I cut it out in black, and then I cut out the grass area in green, and I cut out the whole thing in brown so I could get brown trees. So I kind of did it in different colors so we can piece it together. And I'm going to do a fun blended background with Distress Oxide inks. I have 3 blues, and then some water taken off of it or added to it and dabbed away, and then some white paint splatter. So that'll be our sky. So for our little witch, we are going to throw in some darker skin tones. I'm hoping to get the shading areas right. This is kind of a dark marker, but it's not too dark. I don't want it to get, I don't want her features to get lost under the coloring. So that was E29. This is E37. I'm hoping 2 should be plenty. I will just spend some extra time blending. Okay, that works. And then my go-to purple combo for witchy costumes and witchy hats. So her dress and her hat, and then I'll do the band in a green combo. I've got my V09. Hopefully I can just color out where I went outside the lines there. And then V17. And today at 3, I get to go to a Jen Shirkus Lawn Fawn class. I am very excited that she came here to my area near Seattle. I'm going out to Monroe. It's only like 20 minutes away. After I booked that one, she added a class at my favorite stamp store that's a little more south. But that's okay, because I've never been to the store I'm going to today, so that'll be fun. And I don't think it would have worked for me on a Friday, plus I had to babysit anyway. So I'm sorry if my nose is still annoying some of you. It's annoying me too. So I'm very excited to go do that. And then I think they're giving us 20% off of all lawn fawn. So I will poke around and see if there is a set I don't have that I absolutely need. Possibly a Christmas set. And then I think I will pick up a little giveaway for Instagram. It's just easier for me to do them over there. So maybe one of the smaller stamp sets or something like that. And then post a giveaway either tonight or tomorrow. I have plans tonight after that, so I don't know if I will be able to craft after I get home. I probably will. I won't be out too late, so maybe I'll post it tonight. I'm sure you've seen me do this exact color blend on a witch hat like 100 times at this point. And I went out, so I want to clear the color. So the colorless blender, the 0 pen, I use for when I go out of the lines. I'm not going to show you all of the coloring because I do still have to do quite a bit to this card. But, so I'm using Costume Party, and I chose the witch, the pumpkin kid, the mummy guy, because I want to color, I'll color him next, because I want to show you something I saw. I saw someone color him a certain way, just kind of like a style, a long time ago. I apologize, I do not remember who it was. They are very good at thinking outside of the box. I know I recall thinking that, so I know they do it often. But I will show you what I mean. And then, let's see. Oh, I need to make sure I still have these colors nearby. She's got hands, and then we'll just call these her actual legs. And then I will finish her probably off camera. I need to be super careful with her hair because I think it's going to be black. I just don't want to go over the lines at all. And then the two greens I'm going to blend on her band on her hat are just G17 and G05. So I'll set her aside. For the mummy guy, I'm going to use C5 and probably C3, which I just saw somewhere in my bucket. There it is. So what they did was they so they colored, probably for shading, and then I'll do some here and here and then along there. But then, because it's not like he's entirely covered in these wraps, and I know it would probably be more white than gray, but that's okay. So what they did was, like, this was a wrap, this is a wrap, that's a wrap, and then this piece is, but like in between are supposedly his clothes or his shoes. This is obviously a tail of wrap. And then I grabbed a blue and an orange to be like his pants and his shirt. So I have B04. So that'll be, I don't think I'll blend these. I'll just color it in. So it'll be like his pants showing through. Maybe he dressed himself and he didn't wrap his whole body. And then and then above his hair can poke through as well. So then here would be his shirt, his orange shirt. I'm poking through there and here. So I thought that was so cute because it looks like he just, like his clothes are peeking through. When I saw it, I was like, this is the kind of out of the box I need to be thinking because I'm not very good at that. But always thinking of new ways to color things or use different stamp sets to complement each other or pieces of other stamp sets. So I don't know if I mentioned, but one of the other trick-or-treaters on this card is going to be the astronaut from the Out of This World or You're Out of This World stamp set, so he's going to be a trick-or-treater too. I wanted to throw someone different in there. This will be a band too, or a mummy wrap piece. If any of you watch Bob's Burgers, if you're not, you should be, but their Halloween episodes are pretty awesome. I don't love all of them. I think my favorite is, I think it's season 6. It's called The Haunting. That was probably my favorite one, but the kids' Halloween costumes are always hilarious. Like in the most recent episode, the little girl, Louise, looked like she was dressed up as a dragon, like a dragon outfit she made herself. But she had something on her arm, and then when they asked her what she was, she said she was a dragon with a girl tattoo. So, just stuff like that. So I recommend watching them. At least the most recent ones are on Hulu. We will color in his face, and then I think I want to have some hair poking through. So maybe that'll be face, and then the top. We'll just throw in a brown and assume that his hair would be this flat. So it kind of looks silly, but I should probably make his hair come down a little more. We'll make that his hair and this his hair. Okay, so now he's just a little boy wrapped in some mummy pieces, so I thought that was funny. But yeah, and then I'll make his shoes black or something like that, or one of these dark colors. So I'm going to pause and finish coloring up these guys, and then we will blend our background. I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to poke back in here really quick before I finish all of the coloring, and just mention I've seen a lot of coloring or little, you know, character coloring or coloring things all over Instagram, and kind of looking like this, you know, with lines where you put the darker colors. And really, if you want to work on, I am not a Copic professional by any means. I haven't even taken classes or anything like that. Not even internet classes. But if you just keep coloring with your lightest color and just keep blending a little bit further, you'll get that smoother look that you're looking for, and it'll keep blending out. That lighter color, the alcohol is kind of drying up when you can see it a lot better in person when you're doing it, but you can see when you're going over the darker color again and again, it blends a little bit better each time. So keep practicing with that, and that's all I wanted to say. So I will be right back. Okay, so I've colored up all the little dudes. That'll be her broom. Somebody's gonna be holding a pumpkin bucket, maybe the pumpkin kid, I'm not sure. Somebody will be holding a candy bar, so I will set those guys aside. And then for this one, I kind of need to do the whole background, so I'm just going to tape down right above the the line there because I need to blend this whole card. So hopefully I can do that okay. I've got Broken China, Mermaid Lagoon, and Salty Ocean. Mermaid Lagoon is probably the darkest one. And I will put something over here to dab off on. And we'll just start blending, and then I can hold down the card on the edges. Or just do it gently so I don't bend any corners. So we've got that one, and then, oops, just get them all ready. Salty Ocean. I'm just kind of eyeballing which ones are darker. And then we'll do some Broken China. Hopefully I'm not wiggling you too much. And I'll use the Broken China to blend out the rest. I feel like I'm not super good at blending these, and it all just kind of becomes muddled and looks like one big same color thing, but that's okay. So I think that'll probably be it for that part, the ink part, and then we need to do some water. I need to fill this up and get my white paint ready. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to do some water pickup in the background. I think I'm going to squirt it into my hands and kind of drip it. Okay. So we will pick that up with the paper towel. Alright, so we've got that part of it, and then I have a little bit of just white cheap acrylic paint on a block. I'm going to add some water to it and mix that up for our splatter. And I should also dry this background too, so I will have to grab my heat gun. I had two heat guns because I do card class sometimes, and one of them died on me during the video. If you saw that one, I don't know. So that was fun. So now I'm down to one heat gun. I hope that one doesn't die on me. They're about the same age. So I've just added some water to acrylic paint. I'm going to flick it onto the background. And usually when I do this with Distress Oxides and then I heat set it, the dots kind of turn. In this case, probably will turn like a light blue. Hopefully that's good. I'm going to wipe off my block. I can wash that later. You want to wash these pretty quickly, but I've set them aside before and done it later and been fine. You want to do it pretty quickly so it doesn't dry on your block or your paintbrush, just like normal acrylic paint. So I'm going to wipe up the edges where I splattered everything, and then I will get my heat gun and plug it in, and then we're going to dry this. Okay, so I'm going to heat this up and then dry this background, and then we will go from there. So that should be good. We will get rid of the tape. And that part, I think I will use an alcohol swab on my desk. Clean off all the blue. Okay, so now this is the background of our card. It's a little warped because it wasn't totally taped down all around, but that's okay. So that is the background of our card, and I can, let's see, try and do it this way. I want to puzzle piece it together. I think I'm going to lay it flat just because it was flat for a while. And then I want, if I can find them, okay, my tweezers, and then we will stick this down. I'm just going to use my Nuvo paint glue. It just looks white like my acrylic paint. Just get enough glue on there to stick it down. It's easier to hold it still and do it this way, I guess. Okay. Alright. I'll wipe that off once we get it down. So the frame, we want to make sure covers the whole front. And we have lots of white splatters in the background, so if any glue seeps out, it's okay, but we are also going to put down grass and trees as well. And then just scrape off some of the paper. I think this card may have to lay flat for a little bit before I can even take a picture of it. Okay, so then we've got our grassy background, which is going to go along the bottom, and then the trees will go on either side of it, and then we'll need to place our little trick-or-treaters, and then I need to figure out a sentiment as well. So this fits right into the bottom. I love the spooky scene die. You can use it so many different ways. All pieces of it could be black. You can create a background and turn them, make brown trees, or all black trees if it's dark out. It's supposed to be dark out. Okay. This video is getting a little long, so I'm just going to pause while I put these trees in, and then maybe I'll try and lay out where the trick-or-treater should go. Okay, so I got the trees down. This is still flat because it's just a little too fluffy when it's closed. I'll need to, let's see, cat hair. I chose a sentiment from here, the Waffle Flower Hocus Pocus, so I grabbed the Happy Halloween at the bottom, and that I'm just going to put, I think we'll put it where the kids like most likely won't be, in the bottom left corner. And then I'm going to try and bone folder this a little flatter. There should be some glue under that tree branch, but I guess there wasn't enough. So now I have lots of little guys to plan out. So this guy's probably gonna have to be in front of the tree. I don't think I want to put a candy bar in his hand on that side. That may have to go to somebody else. Or somebody else can be by the tree. How about that? And then we've got our little astronaut guy. Whoa, I have a lot of paint. all over my hand. I never saw that until now. So maybe this little guy will be holding his own pumpkin, and the astronaut, I should put him in the sky because he's an astronaut, but probably not. He can be holding that, and maybe they'll be at little different levels. So I'm just going to use up the rest of these because I don't want to mess with my foam tape at the moment. Use up my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And then we'll place these guys down. So I'll put him right there. Oops. These are being annoying. Very annoying. Wow. Okay. All right. So then we got, oops. Use a different one. Our little pumpkin guy. That should be enough support for him. And then put him there. And hopefully one of these will fit on the back of his little treat bag. So hopefully that can just go like that. And then we'll get the witch kind of far to the left, and then we'll place the astronaut based on that. So I know that we will have plenty of room. These little tiny sheets of the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals that they send you tend to, I don't know, come apart like this, so I have to pick off both sides instead of just picking it off the sheet. But that's okay. Alright, I think I'm going to give her another one. Extra support. And then I will have to, I'll probably just put one on the bottom of the back of her broom and rest the handle on her. Hopefully this will fit without showing through. Okay. So there's her, and then we've got Mr. Astronaut Dude. I think I've got a spare that I ripped off the pumpkin over here. It's still sticky enough. And then when you are using these, you also have all of the, like the side extra pieces. Those are still foam, so feel free to cut those up and use them if you have any of this stuff. I'll trim that little piece off. Okay, so then he can be a little bit higher up, and then we will put the chocolate bar in his hand. Hopefully the adhesive's in the right spot. We'll just have him do that. How about that? Okay, so that is as far as I got in my head with it. I feel like it's kind of missing some stuff up here. I will probably try and think of something, or maybe a little spider coming down or something like that. But I will post a full picture of it. You'll see on the thumbnail at least, or you can check my Instagram. I'll post it there too. And that is all for that card, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Thanks. Bye.